So, for the very first experiment I ran, I want to talk about a very specific meeting. Our sales team would go out, they'd win a new job for our recruiting team to work on, they'd send along a Slack message, that ping would pop up, and then chaos would ensue. So, I sat in on a number of those different sales handoff meetings to the recruiting and sourcing team to understand what are our gaps? What are the recruiting and sourcing team asking of the salesperson? What has that salesperson collected throughout that process? And what do they not have for the recruiting team? And where could we make improvements in that actual process? That process used to cost us a tremendous amount of time. We're talking 2 hours ish in handoff meetings per day that we could potentially clear off of our recruiting team's calendar if we were able to solve that. So what we discovered was inside of Salesforce, when these salespeople were going and winning these new opportunities that we were tracking them as, so they won the opportunity to work on this job, and then they were not taking that and moving that directly over to a job. The sales team was having all this data. They'd email it or Slack it over to our recruiting team, and then the recruiting team had to open up a job that they had to then work on. That seemed like an absolute waste of a process. So what we were able to do is actually build an automation using Salesforce's Flow engine that used to take the data that we needed from that opportunity, map it over into a new job, and create that automatically. And it just completely wiped out that meeting. It was no longer needed. The recruiting team would just have these new jobs pop up with all the data that they needed. And it's because we were using a Salesforce-based applicant tracking system. Ours specifically was Assemble, asymbl.com, and that allowed us to eliminate that meeting.